Right, in this demonstration I'm going to show you how to make your own affordable versions of the fabulous Chanel jeans recently worn by Blake Lively in Vogue Russia. You need a plain grey pair of jeans. These I recently got from a second-hand shop. And to achieve the same moth-eaten effect, you need to distress them. The way that I like to do it to get a proper geometric look is I use this seam ripper here, and for that I like to, as you can see from that square there, you rip a hole in the jeans like so. Get a nice cross there because we're going to fray the fabric around it to form a nice loose threaded square, as it were. And for that you just take your seam ripper, take about 2 or 3 threads and just fray them apart like so. And you want to do this with all 4 loose squares. So again, we're just teasing them out in groups of 3 with a seam ripper. And then, with these particular jeans, one grain appears to be darker than the other, and if you look at the originals, you only get very pale threads, which contrast brilliantly against the stark red tones underneath. So I personally like to cut away the darker bits and only let the paler grey grain come shining through, as it were. It's completely up to you, but just to achieve this effect I'm showing you. So you want to cut it roughly away because the odd strand is possibly going to look quite nice and add a sort of artistic effect to it. So once you have finished doing that to the whole side until it's completely covered with these moth-eaten squares, you should have something that looks like this. Just to show you these jeans in all their full moth-eaten glory, as you can see, complete coverage there. And once you've got to this exciting stage, it's time to turn them inside out, like so. For that you need some red jersey. I got this from John Lewis. It's probably available in this sort of colour from more or less all good fabric stores. It's very basic. It's fine red jersey that's not going to bulk up your jeans too much, because to get the skinny effect, that's the last thing you want. So I'm just going to fold this fabric underneath itself, just a tiny amount, so that there's no nasty raw edges, and then I'm going to pin it to my fabric. Like so. So as you can see, we're just pinning it against the edge there. Again, folding it back on itself. You'll see in a second why that folding is so crucial. In fact, I'm probably not going to cover the whole side for this part of the demonstration. I'll just show you. Do one last pin there. Then we want to thread and tie a needle. And to attach it, I like to use the slip stitch, which for those of you who don't know, is an invisible stitch that doesn't encroach upon any design work that you wish to do when customizing jeans and attaching fabric. It's very simple to do, and to my experience quite therapeutic. You drag your needle inside the fold like so, and then when it's poking out just there, got it behind a pin, it's not that easy to see, you pick up 2 or 3 threads, give or take, of your base fabric, in this case the jeans, and then take this pin out because it's just in the way. Then you go back through the fold, back on itself, so that it's nice and secure, and repeat the process. So get it poking out at the edge of the fold, pick up a few pick up a few base threads, get this right, back in on itself, and repeat until your front leg, in this case, is covered. And once you've slip stitched that to the end completely, before our very last move, before we can see the trousers in all their Chanel emulating glory, turn them back the right way out, just like that. And now all you've got to do this time is just prune the squares a little bit so that we can see a little, just a kind of flash of the red material, so it's not out there and obvious, but just cut away. I'll demonstrate on a few squares here. Just cut away the middle section here, so a few, just a millimetre or so here. Just dust that off, so again you can see a tiny sliver of the square showing through. And once you have slip stitched your jersey panels in place, you should have something that closely resembles these. Once again, these jeans were inspired by the moth-eaten jeans from Chanel's Spring-Summer 2011 collection. They're my version, and I hope you enjoy making your own.